Welcome back, y'all. So as you can see, I ripped out a piece of the ceiling, and now you can look straight through my living room. And we're gonna be doing some supports today, because apparently another wall is kind of floating. If you remember from last episode, the orange wall, now this wall is floating. As you can see, it's being supported by these planks, and that's basically the only support that it has. And as you can see, it kind of shifting and everything, so that's a big no-no. That's something that we're not gonna do. So let's fix that. So these are the beams I'm gonna be using for the supports. They're big, sturdy, nice, solid beams, which it has to be because it's gonna support an entire wall. Because as you can see, it's only being supported by the planks, that wall. So we're going to be placing a support horizontally from that beam to the next. And that should be most of the supports, but if not, we're going to add some more. And look at this! Oh, such a cool Christmas card! Look at it! So yeah, here you can see me. And oh, going through the ceiling. Oh, and look at that. Oh, hey, it's my dad! Hey! And going back through the ceiling. Oh, there it is. And oh, look at that handsome fella. Oh. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the beams that we placed. It's one horizontal beam here, and another one at the far end, which we've talked about earlier. And then another support beam over here, which seemed the most safe.
Now with all of the distractions out of the way, we can continue with the ceiling and kind of remove all that. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm taking a little break because I got most of the roof, except for this piece here. Most of it is all torn out. Look at that. So yeah, I think the next step is these shitty little, these things there. Let's see where we go from there. Okay, so I thought maybe the decorative beams were screwed on up from the top, so I'm in my bathroom and looking at it. There's a beam underneath here, but sadly enough, no screws, so it's gonna be torn down from the underside. Sadly enough, nothing to do about that. So, we got all the beams out. As you can see, kind of pretty. They're all over there. Oh. So, the next step is probably just removing these side things, these railing or whatever it is. But I don't know how they're attached. I don't know how they're coming off. So if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna clean up and call it a day because I'm tired. It's broken. Nah. So yeah, oops, but let's see what's inside. Because that's the chimney. Ew. I've been kind of futzing around with the side pieces, as you can see. I've removed this one and I started on the chimney, but I got two bricks with it as well, which is kind of funny. I'm kind of disappointed because I thought the chimney was just this giant shaft, but it's just only that small, that thing. It's only that shitty gray thing and not the entire shaft, which, I don't know, it kind of feels like I got ripped off. I mean, I understand why it's built that way, but I assumed that was the entire shaft instead of just that, you know, that. Well, anyway, I'm gonna continue working on the sides and I'll let you know how that goes. Third brick. So I was trying to remove these things, but then I figured something out. Let me just... They are all connected by plaster and some wood over here. So if I tear this out, I'm gonna tear the wall beneath here too. And yeah, I know it's kind of ugly structure paint and whatever. It's kind of bumpy and gross and but I'm not gonna strip my entire house, so I'm just gonna leave that for now and think of something later. And if not, I'm just gonna leave it as is because it's not that ugly. It's just, yeah, there. So another little thing I wanted to say was I found these electrical sockets on the beams. So this is underneath the bathroom, and there are also two over here. One over there, and then also one right there. So I don't know why they do that, because you can just wire the lamps, but they basically, here, one of the lamps that I got, it's kind of funny, is I put it in the kitchen for no particular reason. But here, look. They put an electrical cord on the lamp. So this one was just plugged into the electric socket above the ceiling for some reason. So I don't know why they do that, but I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to share it. So I found this newspaper and I was checking for dates because, you know, I wanted to see how old it was. I found one. It's January 5th, 19 98. Huh. 1 year older than me. Yeah. Got all the stuff, all nice packed up and everything. I got a piece of wood from the ceiling, and you can see here the amount of nails that are in this are just, there's just a crazy amount, and they're everywhere. So I was gonna do a time lapse of me ripping out all the nails, but that's kind of boring because you won't see any difference. So just know that I'm gonna be doing that for a while. So yeah. Yay! So I was trying to get all the nails out of the ceiling when, you know, a piece of plaster fell off, and then I started, you know, kind of fiddling with it with a screwdriver. Check this out. It's not even secure. It's just loose. Here. So I got this little alcove here. It's all gone. And I was thinking on shortening this large beam, which is basically the beam that is the supporting beam for the stairs, but you know, it doesn't support anything on top of here. So I just thought I'd cut it around here-ish, something like that. It's easier for transport, plus, you know, I kind of want to just do it. Sounds fun. So, a time lapse for that. Here you go. So, we got the post out. See, that's the end. This is the entire post. However, it's made out of it's made out of pretty good wood still. So I think I'm going to keep this and hold it for some other project. Might be fun, you know, build stuff with wood out of my own house. Might be kind of cool, but yeah. I don't actually know why I did this, but it's fun. So yeah, you know. Plus, it's easier with transportation once we will remove the entire staircase. That's what I'm most trying to say. Well, anyway, we got that out of the way, and now back to removing all the nails from the ceiling. Yay! Okay, so it wasn't the plan at first to rip out the drywall on this wall, but after removing that little side beam you saw in the time lapse, it was clear that the side wall was just not very strong or attached or anything. It was just shitty drywall, and you can see here's that thing. But whatever. So I removed the railing from the staircase because eventually we're going to remove all the stairs as well. Well, that's the plan. And now, as you can see by the horrible wall behind me, there's foam inside of the wall, and I think I'm gonna leave that there because I'm gonna place drywall with insulation foam on top of this. So it's gonna be 2 layers of foam, which means extra insulation, which means less heating costs, which is just generally better for me because I don't have that much money. Whew. It was a lot to do this, but now I'm just kind of ripping out of this part. As you can see, it's nothing, you know. It's drywall, so I can just easily rip it out, remove it, all that stuff. Eventually I'm going to remove this large piece. And I'm gonna, almost fell down. So yeah, as you can see, this piece is gonna go. And this entire wall is gonna go, because I'm gonna make it all flat and nice and tight. Because currently there's also this structure paint on it, as you might see. Yeah, see all the bumps and lumpiness. I don't like that. That's very old, very 90s, and I don't want my house to be 90s. I want my house to be modern but cool and colorful and all that stuff. So whew, I'm gonna keep going on this wall, and I don't know, just gonna keep going. I still haven't removed all the nails from the ceiling because I don't want to. It's so boring, but whatever. As you could see in the time lapse, I removed the entire wall. Look at it. Pretty cool. So now that the wall's removed, I can actually see what I'm gonna do with all the wires, because also the ceiling has a few wires and also those weird sockets in there, but whatever, that's a future problem. And you can see that there has been some water damage over here. You see the beam is all nasty and gross, and then the foam underneath it too. I'm gonna remove the foam because it has a lot of mold on it. However, the beam itself, sorry, it's a very large mess still. I still have to clean up. The beam itself is actually quite okay. See? All the water damage all the water that had been there has dried up, so it's currently just a pretty good solid beam. So luckily I don't have to replace anything like that. There's one sad thing though. I have removed some of the nails on this side of the room. However, that side of the room I still need to do. And now there's even more nails on all of them. God, it's never gonna stop with the damn nails. Oops. I'm not gonna remove the other side pieces, like those ones, because like I said before, they're attached to the wall. So I removed them over here, but this is a solid wall because there's no plaster over here, or whatever. So this is all fine, but if I do that with these walls and this one over here and that one as well, then I'm basically going to strip my entire house. And that was not the idea, because the idea was make everything smooth, everything flat, nice and solid, insulated, rip out the floor, remove the stairs, but not the entire walls and everything. So, I mean, it's good that I did this, but I'm not gonna do it for the other walls because it's too much work and you don't win a lot with it, because I can just place a wall on top of this wall if I needed to, because yeah, it's fine. You only lose like 5 centimeters. So I'm not gonna remove the other walls. And now I'm just gonna clean up a bit more because there's a lot of junk here. And after I've cleaned up, then I'm just gonna take everything to the garbage? No, what's the word? Dump. Garbage dump, that's it. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Pretty solid progression for one day. All right, so I've been removing all the nails from the side panels here, and look at this. Look at this stupid. They shot a nail straight into the electrical wires for the electric oven. It's so dumb. Also, I found like 6 or 7 different types of wallpaper, which is kind of cool. It's kind of odd. I also found a very old looking one of this. Here, I have it here. Of this girl with apples and pears. It's kind of cool, but Jesus Christ, this house.